people find ways to manage day to day, and then like COVID just turned those things they would do like upside down, and it was like their lifeline was a bit gone.
We were very cautious but anxious as well at the same time, so there was a lot of confusion within the community. But in terms of struggling, I mean, you can't see people struggling in the houses, that's the thing, you know. But the people you talk to, like, I've lost my job, I used to be a cabbie, or I used to work in a restaurant, and you're afraid to ask those questions like, how are you eating now?
I heard some people were using their broken phone. I know one of my friends has a really bad broken phone, and they had to use that, and it wasn't really best. They couldn't publish most of their works. Some people had power outages at home, so they couldn't do any work.
I've been fortunate enough to know about the opportunities going around just because of youth centres or organisations around Somers Town, but I just don't think everyone gets that same opportunity.
Seeing the way that young people tackle the challenges in their lives despite the stereotypes and despite the misconceptions about them, I think that's a really big cause for optimism, because we always talk about young people as sort of the future, in 10 years time they'll be our doctors and our teachers, whatever, but I like to see young people as our present.
Already we're speaking to people who are really quite dispirited and worried and anxious and despondent, and because the future is so uncertain. So it's about trying to keep them motivated and encouraged, and that's difficult for us because there's only so much we can do. I can't create a job for someone. I referred one of my residents for a fruit parcel. Within 2 hours it was at his door, so yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that.
Not always have to follow the books. People need food, yes, people need food, give them the food. Sometimes I delivered Ramadan food shopping. Some people, came cup twice, 3 times. Yeah, they need it.
We're at Cooperation Town in Kentish Town. We're a network of food co-ops running different groups around Camden. Cooperation Town started before COVID in 2019. It was an idea to think about how we can work in our communities around something that is accessible to everyone. Everyone needs, it's uncontroversial, we all need to eat. And the idea was to find a way to organise with our neighbours, to learn how to organise with people that we might share a street or an estate with, but we maybe don't know, and to tap into the surplus food that is in circulation to make sure we reduce cost by buying food together, and mostly to learn to organise in our neighbourhoods.
Refugee Community Kitchen is a project that was first set up in 2015 in Calais in response to the refugee crisis. But since then we've grown and we've set up outreaches in other places in northern France and in the UK and Scotland. Here in Kentish Town we're cooking for the borough of Camden, and that's hot, nourishing food served on the street for anybody in need.
Food is the most fantastic way of connecting people, and so what we're offering here is a chance for people to connect, but also through food. It's a very unthreatening way of people to meet each other.
The children come out, they grow their own vegetables, they learn about seasons, they learn about planting, they learn about food. And what we have always wanted to have is a place where the children can grow, learn about it, and then cook it.
It's really important for youngsters that are coming out of deprived backgrounds to get the opportunity to have the same access of machinery and tech as different as people from affluent backgrounds. I had a committee for traders in Camden Market, so we can actually create a community where we're understanding and trying to get through the stresses of paying rent and other things together and trying to apply for grants and things. So that kept me going during that time by supporting other fellow traders.
For some people, one person contacted us saying, oh, they've got an interview, a Zoom interview, can they come and do it at our office? So that's the sort of thing that we have to make better for people to do.
Camden STEAM, that's science, technology, engineering, the arts and maths, make sure that our young people really benefit from the amazing organisations on our doorstep. Both collaboration between schools and employers, so it might be a teacher and a coder working together on curriculum design, or it might be actual employer opportunities for young people. So we had a group of girls being mentored at Facebook recently. There's really nowhere else in the country that's doing this kind of collaboration between businesses and schools.
We want to hear and see innovative ideas from Camden's community. We have a vibrant community sector, private sector, our residents, and we know that we can do a lot within this space.
Empowering women, empowering young girls, empowering the Asmas of this world. We need more Asmas so that we can make real change.
So children in Camden desperately need to be able to have equal access to technology at home, to broadband, to Wi-Fi, and to the kit they need to access the learning that is now available to them.
So if you live in Camden and you want to start a food co-op on your street or your estate, get in touch with us. We would help you through all the different stages of setting up the co-op, speaking to your neighbours, promoting the idea, even getting the food.
We're looking for chefs, cooks, drivers, bakers, pot washers. We're looking for somebody to tell us jokes. We're looking for people to stand alongside within our community. It doesn't matter how much time you have. You can come in for 2 hours, 4 hours, you can give us a day. But to be part of the community and know that you're supporting your community is just a great feeling. And we'd love you to come and join us in this project, supporting everybody in Camden.
At the Real Community Kitchen, we are working and want to work more closely with the community to provide support for families and for children and for the local community to help with feeding that community. So that this can work and become a wider, successful project, we need funding, we need the involvement of local businesses to support us, and we need volunteers from within the local community who are able to give up their time out of school hours to support us, to enable us and the community to reduce poverty, food poverty in our area.
We are all passionate about something. We can all take a stand for something, whether it's equality, whether it's good health and well-being, sustainable cities, climate or air pollution. Let's all think about where we might contribute, whether it's using our time, our expertise, or donating our skills.
We do need to create a community where elderly people who are living alone are connected with the community, and there is some kind of a neighbourhood watch that we're looking after them.
What is the most pressing issue right now is honestly the youth, and making sure that they have everything that they need to not be massively disadvantaged or even further disadvantaged.
I think the 2025 vision for Camden is equality, raising aspirations. That vision, if we can take it further and make it such that everyone who works here, who lives here, who has a part to play in making sure those within our community are resilient, are thriving, not just surviving. Actually, they need to thrive, because that's the unknown and that's the future.